let me talk about Earl first. Disco, Fred, and Keith Foster in Ocean City. They left early this morning with the truck. We have rooms booked in Ocean City. Once they get there, they are not coming back. That holds true for everybody that gets sent in the next couple of
It's live. It's just taking a
Disco was catching up with emergency operations in Ocean City. And was going to be getting down with them on what they're doing, how they're preparing. So his 5, 6, and 11 o'clock stories will be more about the prep work and what is being done. You guys have the plan in your email. We're going to be fairly aggressive over the next couple of days in covering it.
No, we and Tim both had the issues after we left.
Most of our crews going down tomorrow, including a live 4 o'clock newscast. I'm probably going to need you to work dayside tomorrow morning. And likely on help looking on Saturday. All that out. And we'll get you guys to support me. Right, I got an extra hour to go. Okay. We do have some resources from outside coming in, including a web e-suit from one of our sister stations who's going to come and support the web as well. So we'll have that support here locally. We're going to do a 4 o'clock p.m. newscast, which will be solely weather. I'm not sure about the anchor talent. I want to see how the storm develops first and see if this is just a weather event, since nothing will be happening outside our windows here. So we're going to play with that a little bit in the morning, and actually I'll play with it a little bit tonight to kind of get it going. We will be going on at 4 a.m. Friday morning. That's supposed to be a pretty rough time in Ocean City. Justin Burke will be leaving tomorrow morning and going down there, and he'll be reporting live from there. Lynette will be here tomorrow as a resource during all of our coverage. So we'll have our full team. So it's all detailed in your email. We have Christian going live at 5 and 6 today because the Coast Guard issued statements about what they're doing for Hurricane Earl and how to be prepared.
So he's 5 and 6 from Ocean City?
No, we have him in Federal Hills for Coast Guard. The Coast Guard is predominantly in the Inner Harbor. They were Curtis Bay when they made the announcement. He doesn't go to Ocean City until tomorrow morning. We figured you guys would probably be doing something early later tonight anyway, and this is a good jumping off point for him. We also got Matt good viewer email again about the boats. You know, I know we did the story yesterday, but people need to tie down their boats, and there's going to be people probably down at the harbor just making sure that nothing happens. Right, we have that in the show as well.
Are they expecting the harbor to get pretty...
We're not expecting even to see rainfall here.
But I mean, like, what, like...
Wind.
Tide-wise?
Who knows? We just don't know, so they just want everybody to be prepared. Be prepared for the worst and hope for the best. That's the way we have to live it. So, because our SAT truck is in Ocean City, we're unable to go to Montgomery County. But JLA, actually ABC has a truck in Montgomery County, and they're assisting us with live. They're going to give us a live at 6 on the Discovery, so we'll have a live at 6 on that from the scene. And Josie is going to front something here at 5 at the top of the show to gather control. So, pretty aggressive.
I saw a picture on CNN. I'm kind of freaking out because I know a girl from college who works for Discovery. I don't know if she works in that building or not, and I don't have the number.
Well, Facebook has James Lee as the name.
It was an Asian guy, kind of looks like early middle age-ish.
You still have the ongoing stuff?
Yes. According to the news station that has posted something on Facebook, they believe it's this guy, James Lee, and they found his manifest online, and he is an eco guy, you know, like really green, you know, and over the top, and doesn't like the way Discovery is handling the environmental issues that they have, and wrote a manifest or something like that all about it, and it's all over, it's on Facebook and it's on Twitter, it's everywhere right now. Yeah, so he doesn't, it's not like right, exactly. So,
I called my friend who works in Master Control in Discovery, but that's in Reston, not Discovery. He actually was going to the building. He wanted to affect the air signal from what I was told. And they've been warned about this specific person before.
Oh, really?
In wow. But he didn't know. where the master control operates.
So he went to the wrong place.
He went to Silver Spring and not to Reston.
Well, he was the employee, right? He is the employee or
I don't know.
It sounds like
about that.
possibly an employee of TLC,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
also owns Discovery.
Exactly.
But this is all from the talk on the feeds and whatnot on Facebook and Twitter, so none of that is airworthy at this point.
Wyatt.
Wyatt, you want to talk to us about the hurricane and the weather?
Sure. Be my pleasure. You know, Earl's weakened to a Category 3, strong Category 3, but may bounce back to a Category 4 later tonight. 5 o'clock update will be very interesting to see, obviously. And you know, beyond that, I mean, obviously everybody already knows that they upgraded North Carolina hurricane warning, and then from Virginia up through Delaware and New Jersey, hurricane watch. But really the track has not, relative to the Maryland coast, the track has not changed. I mean, it still keeps it offshore, not by a lot, but the bend in the track, you know, around the bend in the track is a little later coming. So it actually does go more into North Carolina, then curves outward, still keeping it off Ocean City, but still bringing in Friday, tropical storm force winds, big waves, gusty
So we're
conditions.
still talking about 250 miles offshore, or?
The center of the storm, that's about right. Like I said, the relative to Maryland, the track doesn't change a lot, but North Carolina's getting more of a direct hit, you would say. Not really a direct hit, but getting more.
I was close. Why did you have me come over here then?
Yeah, so it's just it's kind of a push with that, and it will also weaken down probably to weak Category 3, strong Category 2 by the time it gets to Maryland Friday, because you have not just upper level winds, but you have the water temperature is quite a bit cooler right around the Outer Banks as it comes up, so that will drop it pretty quickly as soon as it hits that cooler water. So. But nonetheless, things are pretty much on track. Timing's a little later now. Not so much Thursday night. It's more of a Friday through the day thing, I think. You know, so you shift it 6 hours or so. And this thing is still 800 miles from North Carolina. So, I mean, it's like it's moving at 15 miles per hour, but it's still several hundred. You know, it's hard to. We won't know the exact track for another day. You know, because it's still hundreds of miles away.
But so this means that the waves, as far as the storm, will be more of an issue now as the maybe Saturday and Sunday, correct?
Yeah. In other words, the high surf. You know, when you always figure 24 to 48 hours of very high surf after it passes. And now with the later pass, the big
Saturday to Sunday.
yeah, you would have bigger waves Saturday, and they probably will have red flag, no swimming through. I would guess Sunday. You know, at least Labor Day might be swimmable.
This guy that was down at the Coast Guard mentioned something of the fact that when the storm leaves, it's going to suck all the water out. So you're going to have low tides for a longer period of time than you would normally have. He said it's just going to pull all apart, like Ocean City, you're going to have low tides for, you know, he mentioned a couple of hours of low tide because it's just going to pull all the water out.
Well, you'll get enhanced tides on both sides of the lows and highs, probably starting tomorrow. And definitely Friday and Saturday, you'll see several feet above and below. On the low will be a few feet lower than normal. High is going to be several feet higher, and that'll be all the way up here. The one email we got from the boater,
Right.
even the local bay tides will be enhanced. But of course, beach side down on the ocean side will be really much bigger than normal tides.
He also said maybe about 1 to 2 inches of rain.
Yeah, you know the thing about this storm though, we're on the no matter what, even if it took the most inland track of them all, which only like one model does that, the rainiest side of any hurricane is the eastern half. So, I mean, it would have to, you almost have to have a scenario where they come up to the Chesapeake Bay to get a lot of rain and eastern shore. You know, because the rainiest side of the storm is just naturally the eastern side. We're going to get the western part of the thing. So, wind and tides and waves are the biggest issues.
Two things working for you in the show today. On the phone with the beach patrol as we did yesterday.
Right, instead of the mayor, it's the head of the beach patrol.
Yeah, and then we have a meteorologist talk back between you and the meteorologist in Double Hill.
I was gonna ask, the only question I have is what station is that, in North Carolina?
It's in North Carolina in the area of the Outer Banks, that will kind of give you a perspective on what they're doing and what everything's looking. It's really meteorologist to meteorologist.
Yeah, that would just be good to see ground conditions down
Right.
there. I mean, they're gonna get the bigger waves before we do.
Right.
Maybe even tonight and tomorrow morning, they'll start to see bigger waves.
Would there be any wind issues for people driving over the Banks Bridge?
You know, Friday afternoon, I mean, it's gonna be gustier than today and tomorrow for sure, so,
Do you expect high wind?
I don't think we're there unless it really takes a sharp track to the left. I don't think we're gonna see, you know, the really gusty winds are gonna be almost immediately right along the beach. You know, the storm's gonna be out to sea, and the winds immediately start to diminish as you go further in, but I think the Bay Bridge should be fine. Again, unless it makes some sudden shift to the left over the next 24 hours.
Chester, can you make a call to see at what point they make that declaration? Like at what
just give me
strength
another-
of wind do they make that declaration?
Okay.
You know, just give me another 30 seconds on the
So
first.
1 and 3:30?
Yeah, 30 seconds more on each.
What was the declaration?
The Bay Bridge, when they declare high wind.
The high wind warning, when they shut down the tractor trailers, traffic.
So Christian is something that he can stand on for a limit.
Yeah, and O'Malley's come out and said, look, if you're in Ocean City, stay there. If you're not there yet, don't drive down and close.
Well, that's the biggest thing is we've been talking about is when you look out your window Friday morning and you live here, you're going to think it's okay to drive to Ocean City and you're going to be driving.
And then I think,
Yeah, we
Start it over.
you know what, you could probably go a little